UK tabloid loses appeal in privacy case over Meghan's letter to her father. In a statement, the Duchess of Sussex said Thursday's judgment was not just a personal victory, but a win for anyone who has ever felt scared to stand up for what's right. A British media company lost its appeal Thursday against a judge's ruling that it invaded the privacy of Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, by publishing parts of a letter she wrote to her estranged father, Thomas Markle. The Court of Appeal in London dismissed the effort by associated newspapers to overturn a ruling issued in February by the High Court, which found in Meghan's favour. The court threw out the appeal, with senior judge Geoffrey Voss telling a brief hearing that the contents of the letter were personal, private, and not matters of legitimate public interest. In a statement, Meghan, 40, said Thursday's judgment was not just a personal victory, but a win for anyone who has ever felt scared to stand up for what's right. What matters most is that we are now collectively brave enough to reshape a tabloid industry that conditions people to be cruel and profits from the lies and pain that they create, she said. NBC News has reached out to associated newspapers for comment. Meghan and Prince Harry, Queen Elizabeth II's grandson, first announced a privacy suit against associated newspapers in October 2019, before they left their roles as senior royals. They sued the newspaper publisher for breach of privacy and copyright over a series of articles in February 2019 that reproduced parts of the handwritten letter Meghan sent to her father in the wake of the couple's May 2018 wedding. Speculation about Thomas Markle's attendance dominated the build-up to the star-studded ceremony at Windsor Castle. He was expected to walk his daughter down the aisle, although he eventually missed the event due to ill health, and Prince Charles took on the role. In February, Judge Mark Warby concluded that the Duchess had a reasonable expectation that the contents of the letter would remain private, and the articles had interfered with that reasonable expectation. He ordered associated newspapers, the publisher of the Mail on Sunday, and Mail Online, to make an interim payment of £450,000, $625,000, toward Meghan's legal costs, and said further financial remedies would be dealt with later. Issues relating to copyright of the letter would need to be settled at a trial, he said. Despite her victory, the appeal case did not go entirely smoothly for the Duchess. Last month, she apologized for misleading the court about her cooperation with the authors of a book about her and Harry, Omid Scobie and Carolyn Durand. The newspaper group argued that Meghan wrote the letter to her father knowing it might be published. They said she made private information public by cooperating with the Finding Freedom authors. Although Meghan's lawyers had denied that the couple worked with the authors, their former communications director, Jason Knopf, said that he gave the authors information and discussed it with Harry and Meghan. "I had absolutely no wish or intention to mislead the defendant or the court," she said in a witness statement made public last month. Knopf also said in his witness statement that Meghan asked me to review the text of the letter, saying obviously everything I have drafted is with the understanding that it could be leaked. Knopf said Meghan asked whether she should address her father in the letter as Daddy, adding that in the unfortunate event that it leaked, it would pull at the heartstrings. The publisher also argued that the publication of the letter was part of Thomas Markle's right to reply following misleading media reports that alleged he was cruelly cold-shouldering his daughter in the run-up to her royal wedding. But the Court of Appeal found that the Mail on Sunday articles were splashed as a new public revelation, rather than focusing on Thomas Markle's response to the attack on him. When they first filed the suit, Harry put out an angry statement against the British tabloids for what he called a ruthless campaign against his wife. "I've seen what happens when someone I love is commoditized to the point that they are no longer treated or seen as a real person," he said. "I lost my mother and now I watch my wife falling victim to the same powerful forces." Both Harry and his brother, Prince William, have railed against the media for what they deem unethical practices, and particularly for the treatment of their mother, Princess Diana. In May, the brothers pressed for higher journalistic standards after a BBC investigation found that journalist Martin Bashir had used deceitful behavior to secure a landmark interview with Diana in 1995. Harry and Meghan shocked the world when they announced last year that they were stepping back from their roles as senior royals and then moved to California. In an explosive interview with Oprah Winfrey last March that escalated their ongoing royal feud,